Howdy, folks. I'm Buoyant Berkelium, barely bouncing bountiful bouncy balls.
I'm Amber.
And here are more bountiful bouncy balls for us to bounce. What else are you going to do with bouncy balls? Take over the world? Apparently not today, bouncy balls. Let's get started. Alright, folks, and our first letter is titled, Today I Messed Up by Being a Jerk Online and Causing a Stranger to Get a Divorce. I'm a 42-year-old female, and today I messed up big time. 2 weeks ago, on a random Thursday morning, at like 1 a.m., someone started shooting off fireworks in my neighborhood. I've been having bouts of insomnia, and was finally able to get to sleep. And I have to get up and wake up at 4 a.m. for a meeting 2 hours away that I had to be at for 8 a.m. I was mad, and so were my dogs. I love fireworks, but I think that there's a time and place. Thursday morning at 1 a.m. is not it. I posted to the neighborhood Facebook group a few hours later during a coffee break about people that set off fireworks at 1 a.m. midweek. After I make a long drive home, I check my Facebook, and some guy comments that I can't sleep because I'm a fat pig. Now, I'm chubby, but I'm not sloppy fat. Plus, I just lost the equivalent of a fully grown male wombat, or 54 North American gray squirrels. So I feel freaking awesome about myself. This is where I might have really messed up. I respond to the guy, who is maybe mid to late 30s, very early 40s, about the same age group as me. I write in a comment beneath his, "Listen, guy's name, I'm sorry that we had to end things, but I just didn't have the same feelings. What you're saying now is just hurtful and mean. Please stop sending me messages and commenting on my Facebook posts. It is just a pathetic way to contact me. I told you a dozen times already that we are done. It's over." The following day, I had to go to the airport for an out-of-the-country vacation that had me getting up early and leaving early as well. So I don't check my Facebook during all the craziness, because I'm only on it sparingly. I don't live on my phone, and when I am, I'm usually on Reddit or TikTok versus Facebook. I could not check my Facebook even if I wanted to. I was on a cruise, not paying $25 a day for internet, and the country we visited really didn't have the greatest Wi-Fi. Besides, I was having a blast leaving the chaos of the world behind. I signed in on Monday, and holy cow, apparently people took this seriously and told his wife. She was freaking out on me, pleading for information, sending me messages. Her and her friends were DMing me. He was DMing me too. It was bad. The last message was the guy telling me that I'm a total C because I refused to tell the truth and I just destroyed his life. I immediately messaged both him and his wife explaining what happened. I sent pics of me on vacation, timestamped. Apparently, he's a serial cheater, and when I exposed our affair, another woman exposed her affair with the husband to the wife because the affair partner was jealous that he had yet another side chick. This was the last straw that broke the camel's back because not only of the multiple affairs, but because he had humiliated her with how public it was, especially it being a nosy neighbor group. Alright, folks, what do you think?
Well, that is quite the story.
Yeah.
Are we trying to give moral guidance on this one, or?
I mean, why not? I mean, I know this is a today I messed up, but we can talk about whether or not this was right or wrong. What do you think? Do you think it was all right for OP to lie about this?
I have mixed feelings. Like, I love how this played out, and I love that he was exposed for cheating. I don't know if this was the best way to handle the situation. So, like, I feel like he got his just desserts, but, like, did the means justify the ends? I don't know.
Well, I think had OP just left it at that and was just, I think most people would have taken this as kind of like a joke type of thing. But I do think that you do have to be careful with what you say online because you never know who's going to see it, right?
Well, and she did ultimately come clean, so once she got back from vacation, so it wasn't like she just played all along with this ad infinitum.
Yeah, I mean, how long was this? Like 2 weeks or something? I don't remember what she said.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But not clearing things up before they left might have been a little bit on the wrong side, but also, like, the guy sounds like a real piece of work.
He does, and like I'm not mad that he has this fallout, you know.
Yeah.
I think he got what he deserves.
Well, and especially with the person who he was cheating with coming forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
And being like, I thought that we were exclusively cheating.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, really? Why? Why? But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Dadfish55 says, what about the dogs? And OP replies, it happened here multiple times while I was away, and the sitter told me that one time they were loud at like 3 a.m. and the dogs ran into the bathroom and she threw towels on them to settle them down. I never asked if the towels settled them down. I like to imagine my dogs chilling out covered in towels. The sheepadoodle is about 90 to 95 gray squirrels, and he's the smallest. And Reboard says, yeah, you're a massive jerk. This site is full of jerks. Pretending to be someone's affair partner and ruining their marriage is legitimately sociopathic behavior. He sounds like a terrible person, but him being a cheater is just a happy coincidence, not something that you knew when you decided to ruin his marriage. You're a full-blown psychopath. And OP replies, I can't believe you found me here too. I wish you would just stop already. I told you I'm not interested. And Salted Fish says, I knew it. I freaking knew it. You Reboard, you've been cheating on me this whole time. It's over. I'm taking the cats and half of the complete collection of Beanie Babies. Enjoy being single again. And OP replies, I did it again. This time there's Beanie Babies involved. Oh my goodness. They're going to have step-parents. I'm a monster. And Mart160515 says, does anyone else feel like we only got half the story? Who is letting the fireworks off? And OP replies, I still don't know. It hasn't happened since I've been back, but in the site they say it happened multiple times while I was away. Anywhere from midnight to 4 a.m. The one night my Mastiff and Sheepadoodle hid in the bathroom and the sitter put towels over them to stop them from shaking and crying. And Veryl She says, you didn't mess up, that guy messed up. Maybe you saved her a lot of pain down the road. A cheater is bad enough, but a serial cheater is just the worst. Plus, he sounds like a bully. Your only mess up here is being in your late 30s and early 40s and being on TikTok. Joking, mostly. And OP replies, I don't post on TikTok, I just follow dogs and cats doing stupid things, and capybaras. Just existing. Oh, and dashcam accident videos. Hope that makes it a little better. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Niece That She Looks Pretty? I'm a 32-year-old female, and my stepsister, Kate, is a 34-year-old female, and she has always had a complex about physical appearance. It caused a lot of issues for her and all of us over the years, and stopped her and I from really having a relationship. She got therapy in her mid-20s and eventually got to the point of what she calls aesthetically neutral, which means that she never comments on anyone's appearance, and we are asked not to comment on hers, positively or negatively. Fair enough. She enforces this with her 7-year-old daughter, Zara, as well. She asked me, from the time that Zara was born, that we never make comments relating to Zara's appearance, even if it was a nice thing. Everyone in the family normally follows this. Well, a few days ago, we were all visiting my parents' country house for the weekend, and Zara and my 5-year-old Anna were playing dress-up. They came downstairs, and my daughter ran over to me and my husband to show us off the outfit, and we said that she looked beautiful in her dress. My husband took Anna to get a snack, and Zara came over to me, looking pretty dejected, and asked if she looked pretty as well. Maybe it was just me being too soft, but I couldn't look at her and just not answer, given that she had asked me directly, so I said yes. Her face lit up, and she left the room to get a snack as well. Kate immediately rounded on me, telling me that I was undermining her parenting, and I know that we're not supposed to make comments on those kinds of things. She said that disregarding her wishes as a mother was bad enough, but lying to Zara is even worse, and is going to set her up for failure in the future if she is measuring everything by appearance when she isn't as good looking. I understand where Kate is coming from, and I really do, and I said as much, but I just don't have the strength in me to say anything else when Zara was standing right there. Kate is now mad at me, saying that she isn't sure if she wants me babysitting until I can respect her choices on how to raise her kid. My stepdad and mother are on my side, but my husband says that I probably should have just redirected Zara to her mother, given what Kate is like, and I probably did mess up a little bit. Was I that wrong? Again, I do understand where Kate is coming from, but in the moment, I didn't think I handled it terribly. All right, folks, what do you think?
No, OP, I don't think you're in the wrong. You were in a pretty big bind there because anything other than telling her that she looks pretty is going to make her assume that she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, like, OP's sister cannot raise her daughter in a world entirely free of beauty remarks. Her daughter has picked up, the sister's daughter has picked up on this idea that people can be pretty.
Yeah.
And this is leading to her to develop her own self-esteem issues because nobody calls her pretty. And it sounds like her own mother doesn't think she's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way was talking
Well,
about.
I think that's actually some of the more troubling part here is that she basically outright said, "Oh, my daughter is ugly and can't hold up, so you shouldn't lie to her about her looking pretty or not." I mean, that's not a healthy place to be at.
Right. And it shows that she's maybe not as, like, recovered from her beauty issues as she thinks.
Or even neutral.
Yeah.
Right? She may not be as neutral as she thinks she is because people have tells, and there are certainly things that come out in physical, like, manifestations as opposed to just verbal tellings, right?
And I think, it's important to praise kids for things other than their looks, not
Yeah.
their looks exclusively. But we do live in a society where looks are a thing that people talk about. And so, like, I think if a little kid comes up to you and asks you if they look pretty, like, if you just say, oh, go talk to your mom, like, what that says to the kid is that you don't think they're pretty.
Yeah. I think it's hard. It's a really difficult situation because I certainly understand where Kate was coming from. And I understand that she doesn't want her daughter to have the same kind of complexes that she had when she was growing up. But I don't know that this is necessarily the healthiest way to approach that. And I think, like Amber said, it's going to cause Zara to have some complexes in the future if she doesn't think that anyone thinks that she's pretty.
And you can always, like, say that, oh, yes, you're pretty, but you're also smart and you're strong. And, like, and you can encourage kids not to base their self-worth off of beauty.
Yeah.
While still, like, giving them compliments when it calls for it. So.
Yeah, well, and it is important to sit down with kids and kind of have these kinds of discussions and say, look, yeah, beauty isn't everything, and mommy has a really hard time with talking about beauty because she was bullied a lot or made fun of a lot when she was young, and explain it in kind of a way that makes it easier for a little kid to understand and digest. And that way she understands that this isn't something about her, it's something with her mom, right? And again, like, this is a hard situation, and I do think that this might require, like, actual family therapy and family counseling. I don't think that Kate should be doing this on her own. She should be doing this with the guidance of a therapist that can help her work through this in a way that isn't going to also impact her child negatively.
Right, because that's the problem I see here is that the daughter understands that what beauty is to a degree and is looking for validation since she can't get it from her parents.
Yeah, Pandora's box is open. There's nothing Kate can do at this point in time. She already is aware of what beauty is and wants to be pretty like a lot of little kids do, right? Unfortunately, that's where it stands at this point in time, the way I see it at least. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Curiously Foxy says, info, what kind of compliments does Kate give Zara normally, if any at all? Not the jerk, but I'd be interested in what parts of herself Zara appreciates, and Kate too. And OP replies, she tells her that she's clever, good at dance, Zara does ballet, and tells her that she's funny, and all sorts of things. So it's good that she's not devoid of, like, compliments in general. And that stealthy gal says, not the jerk. What in the world is everyone doing calling the other kid beautiful in front of Zara, or indeed at all? If you're trying to promote aesthetic neutrality, then you don't need to comment on anybody's look, especially if otherwise it means one child is singled out. Your sister's goal is admirable but unsustainable, and it sounds positively cruel in this context. And OP replies, it was me and my husband who said that my daughter looked pretty. We are not practicing Kate's aesthetic neutrality. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
One vampire to another. You look familiar. Haven't I bitten you somewhere before?
Yes, you bit me on my hand, and then I had to have it amputated so that I wouldn't turn into a vampire.
But you turn into a vampire somehow because it said one vampire to another vampire.
My mind is blown. And I have Earl Grey. And folks, I just want to give an update on the fundraising efforts and how everything turned out. So let's get into that. So we were able to raise the full $200 that we were looking for on Instagram. Thanks to everyone who donated on Instagram. There was Rachel Torrigiano, Isabel Colum, Megan, DMWM051018, Carissa, Sarah Wigner, Pizzaria, Megan Hoppy, Rose Winters, and Shy. So thank you all for taking the time to donate. It was really appreciated and great that we could raise that kind of money. As for the channel, we were able to raise $15 in total that will be going towards this great cause. So thank you again for all your views. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week, folks. Congratulations. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it in the form of a message on your voicemail.
Hey, just calling to let you know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you all look beautiful to me.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye!